Hi everyone. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about the next War Cabinet meeting, where I've asked you to look at establishing the values, because I can't really reiterate to you enough the fact that we're going to be leaving the old and we're going to be stepping into new. And you know, I really truly believe that businesses who are waiting at the moment, waiting for the old to come back, for the norm to come back and everything to come back to how it was, I really truly believe a lot of those businesses will not be here this time next year. So it's really important now that we have this mindset that we are going to leave the old behind and step into a new. It's almost like a new business model. So when I'm talking about looking at the values and setting some ground rules and some aims and objectives, this is not for us to create a little mission statement to put on our website and say, oh, we do this or we do that, or just this is what our USP is, or it's not. This is us re-evaluating and saying, right, we're going to set up now in a new business model. And what are the core values that we are building this business model on? What are those values? So to give you some examples of that, at the moment we have in Geckonia that we care for one another. Okay, so that's part of our mission statement, to exceed a customer's expectation and to actually care for one another in the workplace. And I'm not saying that we're going to get rid of that value, but what I want you to do is think about, what does that value look like to you? How do you see that being acted out? What does it mean? It doesn't mean just writing down, oh yeah, we care for one another. What does it mean practically? I want you to contribute to that value and actually bring to the table in how do you see that caring for one another being enacted out within the business, the foundation of Geckonia. So from that, we actually bring some ground rules regarding and surrounding caring for one another within the workplace. And we build those ground rules all around how you see it, how each one of us sees it and contributes to it. So it's thinking about those, and I want you to be thinking about the values of, you know, some of the things we've got at the moment, which I still fervently believe that those values won't change. Integrity, honesty, a real passion to have excellence. These are values. Anti-gossiping, anti-bullying. These are values. But I want us to almost like start with a completely clean sheet and say, how does it look like to you? And then we literally go through each of those and we set some ground rules about how we will actually, as an organization, will step forward into this new way, this new world, this new way of doing business. These are fundamental. These will become the ground rules. And then once we've got these ground rules laid down, we will have, coming out of that, the ability to have our aims and objectives, because out of those ground rules will flow how we operate and how we do business. It'll become a natural thing. For anything to stand, it has to have the foundation. It has to have the foundation. And I think that, yes, we've got a good foundation, but we need to reevaluate it together now. This is going to be new going forward. New innovative ways in how we do things, how we think about things, how we do work, how we set about doing things. You know, we're talking, Mike and I are talking at the moment, that the whole of IT and the way IT works is going to be completely different. We've had some big wake-up calls. We need to step out into new. And that's where I want to galvanize you, each one of you who want to be on this journey, of saying, yeah, we're going to step into new. It's an adventure. I don't know all the answers, But I do know some things. I do know that we need to establish who we are, what do we stand for, and then we step out and we all actually contribute to that new. So I'm kind of hoping this has given you enough to go on so that when we come back to the next War Cabinet meeting, you're able to contribute to that. And I want you to really think again, stepping out of the old, that I don't want to be the one that's spoon feeding these things and saying this is the way it is, and everybody goes, yeah, it sounds great, I want to do that. I want it to come from you guys. I need it to come from you guys. Do you know what? You need it to come from you guys, because you are the ones that are going to make it happen, especially at this critical time, because this is critical. If we're going to step into this new, if we're going to be able to trade through this particular period, it is so critical that each and every one is a part of it. And once we've got these values established in the ground rules, we'll then begin to actually spread it out into the wider company. Now the whole of the Ciccone group actually buying into those values, buying into those ground rules, buying into the whole aspect of how we're going to be doing stuff new. So it's not just about getting a few little nice words about what is our sort of selling aspects for our customers. No, it's deeper than that. And you know what? To put a foundation down takes a bit of hard work of a different type. You need to think about it. You need to think deep inside of yourselves, and you need to dig out those things and bring them to the table, and then be prepared to be a part of that value. Be prepared to be a part of that foundational thing. Actually own it. And then we're going to see just amazing things happening, fantastic things happening. Hopefully that's given you enough of what I'm trying to convey at this moment in time, in this juncture of where we are with Ciccone. And welcome to the digital way of having, instead of this being an email, this is going to be the new way of how we communicate.